You don't impose discipline on yourself for the sake of discipline. The foundation of the discipline needs to be the desire for freedom. We all know that we have to, impose some discipline on ourselves. That means putting in the work. It means trying to get better. You don't impose discipline on yourself for the sake of discipline. That's going to be, you can do that. You can do that today. You can do that tomorrow. You can do that next week. But you can't do that for 2 years, 3 years. It needs to be, the foundation of the discipline needs to be the desire for freedom. That's what it has to be rooted in. At least that's for me. For me, that's what it's rooted in. And okay, discipline for the sake of discipline. That sounds cool, right? Sounds awesome. Dig into it a little bit. And what do you find? It's got to be discipline for freedom. And it's functional on the battlefield. And it's functional in your life. And if you have that attitude in life, hey, I'm going to work hard. I'm going to discipline myself. I'm going to submit in situations that require it now so that in the long run, I can get the freedom. So often people, they want the freedom right now. Freedom isn't going to come right now. You don't get it. You have to work for it. You have to fight for it. You have to impose discipline on your life so that you can end up with it. You have to work hard. You have to work hard to get to a point where you get the freedom. But if you don't work hard, you won't end up with it. You just won't. You'll always end up being a slave. You'll be a slave if you don't put discipline in your world. You gotta think about freedom. You gotta have that in the back of your mind, but you can't live your life thinking that it's gonna be given to you. No, it's not. Freedom isn't free, as they say. Freedom isn't free in a country, and freedom certainly isn't free in your own personal life. It's not free. I'm still trying to learn. I'm still trying to relearn even the same lessons after years of me looking at this stuff.
When I made the decision, the conscious decision to become a warrior, I realized that my mentality had to be very different. And what that meant was I had to put myself through a bunch of crucibles to gain the warrior mentality. Some guys are born with it. I believe that. Some guys are born because they have some great childhood and their dad's tough on them and they build this mental toughness and this discipline in this kid. I didn't have this, so I had to design a crucible to put myself through to gain this warrior mentality. So what I mean by warrior mentality, which is why some people take what I say so literally and they just say, my God, you're just crazy, you're gone. No. God had to put some people on this planet Earth to do very dangerous things to protect this country. Love it or not, I'm one of those people. I was building that callous mind through these things, bad waters, so even after I became a SEAL, I was still on the journey to become a better warrior. And these races and all these events, it wasn't about being an ultra runner. I saw, first of all, it was about raising money, but also the selfish side of it all was I was building a warrior mentality by putting myself in the crucible of hell at mile 60 of a 135-mile race in Bedwater. What are you thinking? Blisters, shin splints, stretch fractures, peeing blood maybe? What are you going to do now, David? A lot of people set these great goals, like they want to do Badwater, or they want to do an Ironman, or they want to be a millionaire, or whatever they want to do. They have these great goal lists, and they're amazing. Goals are important. But what we don't do in life, which is why people quit in SEAL training and they quit in these different things, we don't look at ourselves in the accountability mirror and take care of the number one thing before you start a goal. Let's take care of our insecurities, because they're going to surface when you put yourself in the crucible and you're suffering. You may be the best physically fit person on the planet. If you haven't handled your mind and handled your jealousies, your insecurities, whatever happened to you as a child and in between, they're going to surface at the time when your mind starts to question, why the hell am I out here in this race? What keeps a person in the fight is having purpose. Having purpose. Leave the ego at the door, because the ego will kill you every time. You will always quit. So that's why I've been able to get through things, because I know I was a scared, uneducated kid who stuttered and had zero. And I had to look at myself in the mirror and hold myself accountable for who I wasn't and who I wanted to be. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's journey is different. I was on a journey to see who David Goggins was. And that journey took me in some of the hardest areas a human being can even imagine. And right now at 41, I'm the happiest person on the planet, because, you know, I had to climb Mount Everest several times just to look down on my life to see what hell I came from. And that's what kept me going. I had this vision of, if I can make it to where I want to go, imagine when I look back on my damn life, how proud I will be. And now I'm here. I'm able to look back on this life I lived that many people will never understand, because why? When you're passionate, they think you're crazy. And you can't even explain to people why you're doing or why you did what you did, because you found your purpose. And once you found your purpose, you can't really explain it to normal people, because they don't understand passion, because they live everyday life just going, not really finding their purpose. So I become a foreign language to people. They think, so they put me in the category of, you're just crazy. No. I'm passionate. I found my purpose in this life. I walked 105 miles. And I spent 7 hours in the vehicle from having so many issues with my body. And everyone goes, why didn't you quit, man? You could have killed yourself. It's not about that, man. I'm not out here to kill myself. You know, don't get it twisted, man. It was, honestly, at that point, it became a whole new challenge. The challenge was always to do my best. But at that point where I saw my best was done, I had to readjust the goals. And I found happiness and joy and peace. And like, okay, man, we're going to reset this damn boy, and we're going to walk 105 miles. This is my military service record. Gives me a bunch of excuses to quit and not even try. From anything from 2 heart surgeries, thyroid issues, sickle cell, stress fractures, shin splints, numerous things that should have kept me on my back. Tons of endocrine issues. Long story short of it all, I never stopped and never gave up. I had a passion, I had a focus, and I kept driving on. Sickle cell is a horrible disease. It really is painful. I'm not gonna tell y'all about it, I don't have enough time, but it should have kept me on my back. And basically, long story short, nobody gives a shit. You have to get in the fight, stay in the fight, see what you want, and attack it, and don't stop until you achieve your goals. So, once again, long story short, when you see something that you want and you're very passionate about it, go after it. Don't let anything stop you from getting it. And the only way you can set the example is you have to always be willing to work. I don't follow people who talk about what they used to do in life. I don't give a fuck what you used to do. I don't care, like, you know, you used to be the basketball. I don't care. What are you doing today? You may not be that person now, but what are you still doing to try to excel in life? And a lot of people now are talking. I hear so much talk. I don't hear a lot of work. There's a lot of people talking shit. I don't see the real suffering behind it, behind what you're saying. That's why everybody said, man, you talk with so much passion, because it's a real fucking place. It sucks to get up in the morning time. It was raining like cats and dogs. I don't want to get my shoes on and go run. But guess what? I got my shit on and ran.